Got some quick updates for you this morning. In addition to the Tiki Room reopening at the Magic Kingdom, there have been other things going on in Orlando, as there always have been. I begin here in Epcot. This isn't something brand new, but it is kind of new to me. It looks a little bit like a bit of a hidden Mickey, doesn't it? This is a view from Monorail into Future World. And speaking of Future World, here we are at the Seas with Nemo and friends, where the planter is new with these trees and bushes everywhere. This used to be kind of shells, and kids would climb up there, and as you can see, kids can still climb up there, but it's pretty thickly forested now, so they're less likely to do so. Over one pavilion to the land where we have Soarin, and I want to call your attention to these lines in the screen. This is in concourse number 2, and the lines move around a little bit, so it's not just something on the screen itself, it's something in the projector or in the projection. Not everything that doesn't look great, however, is necessarily a problem with upkeep. Here these screens are completely out in electric umbrella, they're just dark, but that wasn't the case the day before, so I don't know that we can hold them accountable for everything every day. They do fix things as soon as they can find them. A bit of a storm blew through the Magic Kingdom area earlier on the weekend, and signs blew down, trees blew down, a bit of a micro-tornado perhaps. Monorail Coral, otherwise known as the Monorail, has returned to the rails, seen here on this last weekend. About to go over to the Magic Kingdom. We took it and saw a little bit more of deforestation going on the way to the Magic Kingdom. I don't think there's anything unusual there. But I did want to call your attention to this little zone. This is on the walkway between the Magic Kingdom and Contemporary. If you're a long-time visitor, you'll notice the absence of the elephant topiary that was here. It was one of the first topiaries, one of the surviving topiaries from 1971. It's been gone for a few months now, but I haven't had time to take a picture until recently. Some continuing construction going on in the TTC area, and a little bit more construction, and this one is also not brand new, it's been there for a couple of weeks now, happening in Fantasyland. This is the Enchanted Grove. And then we move over to the Tomorrowland Speedway area, Autopia being the one in Tomorrowland and Disneyland, of course, where we see a little bit more of the construction going on. There's a zoom in to the tent area, and a zoom over to the front of the aerial ride. Here you see a wider shot of the Speedway, and then a zoom to the Dumbo structure. Now this structure to the left is a bit of an awning, and that is brand new in the last couple of weeks. And here's more of that awning going across this area here, and more of the building filling in the back. This is probably where the train station will be. And then as we're leaving Magic Kingdom, we showed you previously a finder sign that interrupted the flow of this zone. This is not an older picture to show you what it looks like. This is what it looked like on Saturday. So they have either temporarily or permanently taken those signs back down again. Perhaps it was just a test. I want to take you outside the gates for just a quick second. Saffran is a new restaurant by the Florida Mall, and it serves kind of African, Mediterranean, Middle Eastern cuisine, and it tastes just like the stuff you'd find in the Morocco restaurant, and it comes at really just half the price. And I thought it would be instructive to show how $1.55 gets you a dessert the size of dollar bills there, where at Disney World it would cost you 3 or 4 times that much. Has parking always been $15 at Universal? It's more expensive than it is at Disney, but that gets you a view of the construction going on for the golf course, which is continuing here at the City Walk area, and something I don't necessarily have to take pictures of every time, but when I see it, Harry Potter zone is really very photogenic, so I like to take photos, and I'd like to point out here how much thought and care went into this. This is a view from the Dragon Challenge, and you can see the train right through these double arches. Now that's something they could have easily done without and made the building solid, but it's just one of those little touches. And this Zach's bypass scene in the Seuss Landing, I thought it would call our attention to that. This was the very first thing built at IOA, and everything had to be built around it, which is in keeping with the theme of IOA and the theme of that Seuss story to begin with. That takes us to the end of another week. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.